Hi, and welcome to Laughing in Different Languages. And today we have Matthew. Please tell us about yourself a little bit.
Hello, I'm Matthieu. I'm a French comedian performing in Russia since 4 years. I'm doing stand-up comedy in English, in French, and more recently I started to perform in Russian language. Luckily, I have opportunity to travel a lot, so I tried open mic in every language I can, in every city and country I can. I'm very happy to finally meet another polyglot comedian.
And what topics does your comedy address?
It's a big point because actually, since I started to perform in Russian, I had to focus on material related to my life as a French guy in Russia.
Right.
It's a lot about food and it's a lot about language. The stereotypical about how I look, cliche about French and Russia. Since I focused my material on this, now this material is poorly traveling to all the audience than Russian people or people who live in Russia.
Good.
But my best material now, it's really about Russia. So I'm kind of struggling around these topics. It's a good question.
What is your creative process, if you have any?
It's very slow. I'm also struggling with it. My creative process is very slow. Now I'm more adding jokes or adding angles, adding punchline anymore. But unfortunately, it's not like I have 2 or 3 blocks. It's my set list is the evolution is very slow. It's a big thing. Now I'm creating some workshop where I help a lot people performing on my open mics. I help them a lot to write, but I don't spend enough time for me writing.
Yeah. Yes, I see.
It's an ego thing. It's kind of weird feeling, but the person who gives you advice of the joke, how much you estimate this person will open 100% a joke. For example, I know sometime after a set, some very good Russian comedian that I respect a lot would tell me an idea of a new punchline. And I don't really like, but because I respect them so much, I will write it anyway. And thank you. And sometime after a few weeks, few months, I try it and it's true, it works. It's not I consider myself better than other people, but if someone I don't know give me a joke, it's less chance that I will consider this joke. No matter the quality of, I mean, if the joke is so-so, I will forget it immediately.
Maybe don't respect enough as comedians, so it's just empty words, like this unsolicited advice.
It doesn't matter which kind of joke you do, which kind of angle you use, blah, blah, blah. If you get the big laugh, respect for who is coming, and you will take I take them with a really different perspective. I realize.
Absolutely. What would you say are the main differences in jokes or in crowds in these 3 languages that you do?
Because I'm struggling with the language in Russian, I realize I will play the acting a lot. I will play the faces, really, because I have poor vocabulary, even worse than in English. My pronunciation is even worse in Russian. I should express more with my face, and even, you see, when I explain you this, I start to speak slowly. Because I start to get the mindset of me being on stage performing in Russian.
Changing.
And I use it in English and in French. But I won't say any difference about the crowd. Considering the crowd, it's a little bit misleading. If you start to adapt to the crowd, you can use your energy to optimize, to make this better. But better if you optimize you to have a set who works with any crowd. So I don't know if the crowd are different depending on the language, but I'm really different, which I know.
I see. If you start adapting to crowds, you are losing yourself as a comedian. This is not genuine. It's not real, right?
Yeah.
What is your proudest moment in stand-up?
Last year, I was invited to a Russian stand-up festival
Right.
for a new TV channel or a big project.
Uh-huh.
Just to explain the situation, I was coming back from a very long trip. I spent 3 months outside of
All
Russia.
right.
I didn't even know if I can apply to this festival
Yeah.
because it was the day I was coming back. I flew from the airport to this casting, and it was lines of comedians from all Russia. And I passed through every step. Me performing in Russian was very new for, and all the comedians was looking at me like,
Wow.
what is it? And I saw some very good comedian, and I was passing steps, and some of them didn't, and
Oh,
I
wow.
felt privileged a
Yes.
little bit. Also very proud that I arrived very late in the process. I had the chance to meet a lot of
Uh-huh.
writers was trying the material. I didn't pass through the
Mhm.
final, but I was very proud to go so far.
Uh-huh.
And the pride was mostly because I saw it in the eyes of other
Yeah.
comedians, like, you still here? They look at me like, he barely speak
Wow.
Russian. He's still here. And
Uh-huh.
after, and if it was before this and an after this.
Uh-huh.
After this, many comedy club invited me. I get a good label on me. Like, yeah, I saw it.
Approved.
I saw it like, yeah, approved. Like we can put this guy on stage. It was game changing for me. So after this,
Uh-huh.
the last year I performed really intensively in Russian. Yeah.
Perfect. Congratulations. Yes, a little round of applause here. Even
Yeah,
though you were tired from the trip, you still took the chance.
the jet lag was big,
Oh my
and
God.
but actually maybe it play a little bit on my side. Like I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I'm just here because I landed, but I didn't know I can be here. And
Uh-huh.
maybe because I took it like, oh, cool, I tried.
Yes.
Maybe it's a lesson actually, because when I started to realize
Uh-huh.
where I am,
Uh-huh.
I started to take it very seriously, and
Oh.
that's the moment when I get eliminated. So
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
the next step was recording
Uh,
with a giant crowd. I don't remember. I think
wow.
it was 600 seats,
Oh,
which is a lot for me.
yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
and when I see this coming, I was like, wow, maybe I
Uh-huh.
can do it.
Uh-huh.
That's the moment wings were
Wings
burned. Maybe,
were clipped.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, maybe
Yes.
that's
I
the
see.
moment.
Okay, so there's a lesson there. There's a lesson there. Good. Well, thank you for sharing with us this experience. It sounds lovely. One more question. Is there any ritual that you have before you go on stage? Do you do something specific?
Mm, it's only
Mhm.
a bad ritual. The energy drink.
Okay, okay. Ah,
I,
come on,
I,
that's
I
healthy.
I don't know why. If I don't do it, I feel like I miss something, and
Yes.
I'm sure it's not good because I still have all this sugar liquid in my stomach. Um, I'm sure it's exactly the wrong thing to do. When I know it will be my turn soon,
Yeah,
I finish my
chug it. Yes.
yeah, I chug it fast,
Yeah.
and I know it's terrible.
Yeah, so this is a ritual. It's like your way of preparing, of relaxing.
Hmm.
I also have the beer thing. Like the beer thing is kind of, yes, at least one, and then you will be like more relaxed.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I'm on Instagram and my Telegram. I have the French stand-up in Moscow. It's called Le Moscow Comedy, and the English stand-up in Moscow. It's called Moscow English Comedy Events.
Good.
If we have some Russian, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so
It was too
much,
short.
Matthew.
It was too short. We had time for nothing. We need more.
This was Laughing in Different Languages. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you, Matthew. See you soon.
Thank you, Laura. See you.